your empty hands in mine. And scars, show me all the scars you hide. And hey, if your wings are broken, please take mine so yours can open too. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you. Oh, tears make a lot of sculpts in your eyes. It hurt, I know you're hurting, but so am I. And love, if your wings are broken, borrow mine so yours can open too. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you, even if we bring it down. We can find a way to break through, even if we can't find heaven. I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you, even if we can't find heaven. Sit incroyable.
Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. With all the wonders in the world, St. Lucia's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors feel the love, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I go. Majestic becomes stand.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub.
When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
Hi, Yolanda. Good night.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, HushTalk.
Ah, you look lovely this evening. You look lovely. Let me pay you a compliment. Something about you looks different. You look amazing, my friend.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think maybe.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is.
God.
I didn't work today. School is closed.
Ah, you look amazing. You look well rested.
Thank
and
you,
have a
thank
glow.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I was a little worried about myself, but if you say that, I believe it, because coming from one beautiful woman to another, hey,
Ah.
why not? I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. In case you are just joining us today in the US, in St. Lucia, in another Caribbean country, I know there are some. Tamara, what's going on with the internet connection in St. Lucia?
I have no idea. I mean, it's overcast, but it's not really overcast. It's really gray skies, but it's because we have this huge Sahara dust plume over the islands for the past few days. But the internet connection has just been unstable. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on. Maybe it's too much excitement because we know we're in the carnival season. So from jazz to carnival.
Well, I'm really hoping that our St. Lucian audience are not really affected tonight. Hopefully that their phones don't let them down. Maybe their home internet might be an issue, but maybe their phones might not let them down. I see we already have people. Oh, Shana is saying, I'm here. Good day, Shana. Welcome, welcome. I'm seeing we have a few people on already. Audience, those of you who are on, just in case there is an issue, I may send out an invitation for somebody to join me backstage, just in case I miss the Miss Anna Fair, Tamara. She has all of the information about parenting, just in case I miss her. I don't want this HushTalk to be one where I'm just talking, because by no means do we have anybody who is an expert parent today. We want the conversation to flow. We throw out our ideas. We listen to what you think. You listen to what we think, so that it could be a conversation rather than a lecture. So if for any reason I lose my co-host tonight, I know already that Vilna is having some issues getting on, then I'm going to gladly throw an invitation out there. And I would love for somebody who is a parent to say, hey, I don't mind joining you backstage so that we can keep this conversation going. Good night, Electra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We see one other person is not affected too much by the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So that's good. That's very, very good. Guys, today I want to just give you a little bit of insight into what we're going to be talking about. Today we're going to talk on something that people are already talking on in group chats, in the church parking lots, on Pomako, if you're in Miku, in the community, in schools, everywhere. People are already talking about those things, but sometimes they're not talking about it loud enough. So today our conversation will focus on looking deeply into the way we parent our children. When we have our boys, our girls, our children, what values do we already have instilled that we use those values to guide us? What experiences influence us? And how do we as parents evaluate our actions to ensure that we are raising children who get to be developed into their best selves? So in this episode, we are going to really share some questions for you to ponder on so that we, in our evolution as parents, we can learn from, we can grow, and we can reflect on. So as you guys already know, my name is Yolanda, and I am not yet alone in this conversation. I hope I never have to be, but I have my beautiful co-host with me. So go ahead, Tamara. Let's talk to the audience.
Hi, Yolanda. Nice meeting you. Say that like I am Yolanda. Like this is you. Again, we're
Because
missing
you never know
Vilna.
who's you. Not everybody knows you, right? Somebody may know you, but new will come on every day. So we have to
Yes.
kind of like introduce ourselves every
Okay.
day.
So I am her co-host, the one she says that has all the Zafin and Anafet Tamara. And yes, we will have this conversation. And she, as she said, we have backup, right? We have backup in case my internet is gone. So we're gonna have backup. Elsa, you started. You just made a little comment there about the parenting and how do we have the experience? How do you know? How do you go about? We don't have a manual at this, right? Nobody is giving in manual, and so we learn from our own experiences and stuff. And something just came to mind that I am a boy mom and I have no siblings. I have no brothers. So I had to be a mother of boys. That's amazing. Elsa. How was I able to do this? How am I able to do this?
So something you said, in fact, two things you said.
Uh-huh.
You said I'm saying me because we both are parents.
Right.
We grow children, we birth them, we produce them.
Right.
Nobody give us a manual.
Right.
When I had my first child, I realized there was a non-physical manual because I started thinking about my parents, especially
right.
And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right.
How am I able to go down this journey? And my mother went down this journey 10 times. So
Right.
that was kind of like the manual I kind of like looked up against, although certain things I knew that my parents did that I didn't want to do as a parent,
Right.
which we're going to get in later. So that was the one thing. The second thing, as we were preparing for this topic, and I started thinking about boys and girls, and especially with the society we live in, how sometimes girls are parented differently than boys.
Boys.
So I
Correct.
started saying to myself, I hope we are not kind of skewed, because look at this. I'm a mom of 2 boys. You are a mom of 3 boys. Vilna is a mom of 3 boys. We're all boys' parents. We have our nieces, we have our nephews, we have girls, we have influence, but neither one of us physically have girl children. And I say, you know what? I hope this conversation doesn't get skewed towards boy mom, because let me tell you something. I wanted a girl so bad.
And but God knows why. The universe knows why, because that child. Oh, thank you.
Oh, with her hair spoiled, her clothes. But I'm so happy now. I'm a boys' mom. I'm very partial to boys. So, audience, if at any time you hear me talking about boys' mom, and you know what? I'm looking here. The first person who joined us, Shanna, all boys.
Oh,
Electra, boy.
Wow.
These on there. All boys.
Oh, wow.
We need to call our audience of girls' parents.
Okay.
I see babies on there. Good night, babe. Good night. Good night. Good night. You know, I always have to say a special good night to my.
Well, here's a girl's.
Baby's a girl's, but
yes.
baby's a girl's. He has a girl. You know, he's the parent of a girl. So at least we have that.
Yes.
And I like that Merlin is on. Merlin has girls and boys. So please let us invite more people of girls. We want this conversation to be impartial. I want to see more girls' mom on our platform. So let's take it away. I kind of want to did I address both your stuff, Tamara? I'm not sure. Did I address?
Yes, you did. Yes.
I did. So I cannot, before we even start, I want to just share with you guys the questions that we're going to look at tonight, because parenting is such a broad topic. If we have to start talking about parenting, we're not going to finish. So we decided to kind of like focus on 4 questions. And of course, it might go all over the place, but we want to keep our discussion around those 4 thoughts. Right. So the first one, should you allow your adult children to have sleepovers?
Adult.
And not sleepovers with their friends, like if they are boyfriends, girlfriends. Okay. Do you allow them to have sleepovers in your house? Okay. The second question we're looking at, are mothers and fathers more lenient based on a child's gender? So, I will say, fathers favor the girls and mothers favor the boys. Or sometimes they say fathers, they give the boys more freedom. Boys are allowed to do this, but I mean, he's the girl, they're all crazy. Tamara, do you mean I'm bringing up the other 2? I don't want my voice to be the only one.
But you are bringing the points. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, okay. And then the third question, we're going to look at how parenting styles, the different styles of parenting affect how our children today are growing, the kind of adults they are becoming, the kind of personality they're developing. And then we're going to spend some time thinking about what happens in a relationship, in a marriage, when parents don't agree on how to parent. That one is a big one. That one is a really, really big one.
Yes. Yeah, that's a big one. So we're starting with topic number 1, and you said it's about adult children. So that's the key word, adult. Adult children.
Should parents allow their adult children to have sleepovers? Guys, we are talking here, but I want to see you putting your comments in the chat. We've already shared the 4 questions with you. You can put them together, all together, podcast. Say, Tamara, do your thing like the last time. If you see a really interesting comment, put it on the screen. Let our audience see it. We want to really hear what you're thinking, because even if we're going to have this conversation, we want you to walk away saying like, I had issues doing that thing. Now I have better insight, or now I can go into deeper reflection and I can do this better. We really want to hear your thoughts out there. Okay? So don't hesitate.
All right.
So
adult children. Let's go into this one. This one is exciting. And again, we try not to be biased because we are boys. We are mothers of boys. All right. For me, it depends. You have to look at the situation holistically. So you're looking at, first of all, the home environment that you have, or that the child is going into. So if you have limited bedroom space, you're thinking about shared spaces. So you may have an adult child sharing a room with a minor. That may be inappropriate. So the home environment is one. Looking at the individual child, discipline, behavior, and again, based on your values, your morals, what your family, what's allowed, what do you all stand for, what do you all believe in? Well, for me, I have adult boys. They are allowed sleepovers when they get to a certain age. There may be boundaries and limits as to who can come, how often they can come. Because I'm not going to be, this is not a motel, this is not an Airbnb, a guest house. So I'm not expecting Jane today, Sarah tomorrow, Yolanda on Thursday. I mean, I have 3 boys. There'll be a never-ending, guest list. But if I am aware, especially if I know the young lady, I know they may be in a relationship or something, we do permit the sleepovers. Again, depending on the person that she is. I mean, if the person is very untidy, disrespectful, like, please don't come to my home. But if it's somebody who, our family can accept, we do allow it. That's just my home. So again, remember, it depends on the family, the morale, what you're believing, your principles, etc.
Okay, great. See, I love as you're talking, you could see I was really, really smiling because I'm like, oh my goodness, we have not had this conversation before, but you're talking, and it's almost as if we had this conversation before.
Right.
Before I even respond to what you're saying, I was looking at the chat too, and Electra says, "Can we call
Can
him?"
we call him tonight?
I was so excited. I was so excited about calling in because if people want to call in, that means there's going to be some very heavy engagement going on. I think I'm going to allow the call in based on the number of likes I see it because I'm looking at the screen and I only see one like.
One like.
If you're liking the show, if you're liking this topic, guys, come on. Use your little button, press the like, press the like. You know, some love here. Help to, inspire us, help encourage us because this is a conversation that can get very uncomfortable. This is also a conversation that when you're done, especially me and you, T, we are the hosts, we can go get in trouble if our significant other, especially if they don't agree with what we're saying. So, we really want the courage. So let me see those likes growing. Let me see all the emojis coming up. Please, if you're on Facebook, share the link to people. Let them join. Let the conversation just become explosive. Mm-hmm. All right. So the conversation of the adult children, I'm going back to. This was something that, I had to think a lot about. Right. One of the things I agree with you, T, you said about the values of the home, it really depends on the values. If you're from a home where your parents are religious,
exactly,
especially if they don't believe in sex before marriage. I mean, most people like having sex before marriage, but that doesn't mean because you're having it, we just go into a club and say, yeah, we're having sex, we don't care, it's a modern world. No. So it depends on the family values. It depends. I love how you say it depends on the space. Mm-hmm. But I would like to think about a situation as if this child has his or her own bedroom. And we say, well, now you have your own room and you have your boyfriend and you're old enough, it's okay for your boyfriend to come over. With some parents, they will say, okay, your boyfriend can come over, but he can't sleep. Your girlfriend can come over, but they can sleep. I thought about that. And, based on the way we grew up in a family where we were okay with, my parents were okay with us bringing our boyfriends or girlfriends over. Right. But we were not rich. We had a little house and we were sharing rooms. So there was no space for boyfriends and girlfriends to sleep over.
Right.
I think also one of the things I started thinking about, and I'm going to make this a little bit cultural. Mm-hmm. One of the things I started thinking about when I had my own children is that it depends on where you grow up. I grew up in St. Lucia, where if you have a little boyfriend and you're chatting, you take a walk down by the church, you take a walk down by the sea, you steal a little kiss here, you steal a little kiss here. Somebody catch you in the act, the most they might do is just laugh. Or maybe spread it and say, hey, look, I saw she was there. But let us take to a place like the US, for example. If you have an adult child and they're in a relationship and you decide, okay, no sleepovers, you can't go to this person's house, and then both you and the other parent have the same stance. When these people decide, I want to become intimate, especially, even as adults, we don't have money to say, okay, let's go to a hotel or let's go spend a night somewhere. Where are you guys going to do boyfriend-girlfriend stuff?
Okay. But Elsa, it's interesting you said that. When I remember being a teenager, I'm an only child. My mother, we have no siblings. And my mother has this only little, daughter who's now a teenager in her home with one's boyfriends. And I remember when I started, dating, obviously my mother is away, I'm of age, etc. And she started telling me, you can bring your boyfriends home, And I'm like, but my friends are, hey, my boyfriend can come home and that. And then when she realized I was having, I was intimate, she's like, the boys were staying. And she was like, oh, they're spending the night? And at first I'm like, is my mother crazy? But I remember as I got older and I'm speaking to her, she's like, where do you want me to have my child? I have one daughter. I live in Castries. So if she wants to have sex, whether she go by the beach, in somebody's car, at somebody's home. And in that time, lots of people didn't speak of things, but there were a lot of people being raped by the beach. There were a lot of girls being abused. A lot of things were happening out there. So my mother, in her thing, felt safer to have a child at home than to be behind the bush and on the beach and at people's homes and all over the places doing things. So she felt...
So T, I think your mother and we kind of had like a similar fear. Well, I had a fear in my head, especially in this country. If you decide you park your car by the road and you're sitting on in your car in a steamy action here, and the police pass and they see your car, maybe they could see the windows look steamy or the car is running. Guess what? You get arrested. And the thing is, you're labeled a sex offender. Now, when you're labeled a sex offender, it's not to say they will explicitly say, oh, because it was of rape or because you were doing public displays of affection. No, they just label you public offender. Your whole future is over. So that was my greatest fear. If my adult child is out there, let's say by the tree, under the bush, on a bridge, and then that child gets caught by law enforcement, your whole life is over. Yes. So for that, I was scared. So my fear was, do I take my fear and insist that, okay, you have permission to come home? Or should I say, you know what, I don't care, you're grown, go and find your place and do whatever, and now I am worried. So I was really, really shaky about stuff like that. I was about to say something else, but I don't remember. But I think the audience is blazing up with conversation. See? So do your thing. Yes. Let's look at some of what the audience is saying. Let's see where the head is at, and then we'll move from there.
Okay. I'm trying to put it up. I think Vianna is saying, let me put it up. V Aquate says, I'm thinking of my own experience, but now I have the role of parent. I'm fearful of my boys bringing a young lady over to sleep. She's putting her eyes out. However, I'm actually open to my son's stable girlfriend sleeping over sparingly on condition. Okay. Right.
So see, that's similar to what you said about you cannot just open your door to say, oh, you have
anybody. Yes.
You have John Bringer. Yes. If you have a stable relationship,
one,
then you could say, okay, well, this person, because we kind of have to teach our kids, morals and discipline and all of that.
Yes. Too. I'm laughing because I remember the time you traveled and you had me home supervising your son, and you wanted to bring his girl, and I'm like, yes, and I says like, not tomorrow. Who's coming to my house? You're the worst person, but no. Shana also says, let's put up Shana. I share these sentiments. I don't really know where I stand firmly on this matter.
So stop here. Comments like that, I love. You know what? Because sometimes we have the strong parents like me and V and you. And not to say you're not strong, that where we just know, no, this is a no. No, I'm not budging. Or you know what? No, I'm fine with it. This is a yes. But we have a lot of parents out there, they want to be good parents. They want to do the right thing, but they're conflicted because the thing is like, am I giving my son the right morals or my daughter? Am I setting the right example for us? So it's kind of really hard when you're conflicted between, hey, I really want my children to be okay and I want them to feel loved and supported and comforted. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I am raising young children with proper values. So I love that kind of response where I see the conflict. Emotions.
And you know what came to mind again? When you say adult children, in some situations, you have these adults, young adults who are working, who are actually contributing to the home. They may be paying rent or a bill or something. And then you're like, so I don't have I can't even bring my girlfriend here to like spend a night. I might as well, go on rent, I'm paying bills. I'm just thinking of their mindset.
I'm thinking of home.
Yeah.
If this is my home, I need to, I don't know. There's something about home. If a place is your home, it's a place of comfort.
Yeah, but that's why we say on condition. I mean, I don't, look, Adela's agreeing with me. I'm agreeing with Adela. My adult children can bring their partner over as long as it's not a rotating door.
So hold on, Adela. I want to clarify. Is it that they can bring their partners over or that they can have occasional sleepover? So there's a difference between saying, oh, that's my girlfriend, she just come, or that's my boyfriend, and then you're chilling out for a certain hour, you leave.
What are they coming over to do?
2 days sleepover.
Adult children, what the adults, not even children, adults, what are they coming to do? Play cards? They're going to play what, name place? What are
See, you know what? I think this conversation is getting so hot. We completely forget that we haven't taken a break.
Okay, let's take our break.
So guess what, guys? We are going to take our first break. But in the meantime, I want you to start thinking about the second question because it kind of relates to the first. We're talking about, is it okay to bring for our adult children to our sleepovers? But in some conversations, we have people who say, oh, my son can bring and my daughter cannot. So that brings us to the second question. Why is it that parents have differing rules for girls and boys in the same situation? Think about that as we take our very first commercial break.
Hands, put your empty hands in mine. And scars, show me all the scars you hide. And hey, if your wings are broken, please take mine so yours can open too. Cause I'm gonna stand by you. Oh, tears make kaleidoscopes in your eyes. It hurt, I know you're hurting, but so am I. And love, if your wings are broken, borrow mine so yours can open too. Cause I'm gonna stand by you. Even if we bring it down, we can find a way to break through. Even if we can't find heaven, I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone. Cause I'm gonna stand by you. Even if we can't find heaven.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub.
When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As we took our break, I had the opportunity to read a few messages, and I'm laughing because Adela says, occasionally sleep over, and yes, the game night is always the
Yeah,
thing.
she said T is always a thing. And then Jerry, your babe, listen to your babe, he's here.
Yes, read what he said.
I believe that if my adult child has to get adult privileges, they must undertake some form of adult responsibility. Of course.
And I think that is totally
That is
fair.
fair. Yes,
You want to act like an adult. You want to enjoy the privileges of being an adult. So then,
Yes.
let me see you
Correct.
become an adult. How are you showing? Okay, well, I am contributing to this home
To
thing.
the whole, yes.
So now you can treat me like maybe not maybe not an equal. We're not equal yet.
Right.
But we see that you're mature, you're contributing, you're responsible, So yeah,
Exactly.
we're gonna cut you some leeway. I really, really love when men have input. So I have an input from a man here, and I like it so much. I mean, it's altogether podcast here, but I'm going to read both what he said. He said, I should be a part of this discussion. I don't know why he's not on here, but he said he should be a part of this discussion. So hopefully we can have a guest speaker for the next time show.
Okay.
He said, answer to the first question is hell no. I mean, adult children.
Is he a girl parent?
He has two children. He has girl and he has boy. But he said hell no. And he said, but then he says, unless they are over 21 and paying rent. So that hell no is not really a hell no. Right. And he goes on further to say, answer to the second question is yes, we are. That means they're partial. Okay, it is natural for a father to be more protective and strict with the child who is more vulnerable in society, like a young woman. And, when I saw the word vulnerable, I'm like, it brought up another thing in my head. I'm like, okay, well, how do we know the child is vulnerable? Which is
because females tend to we are vulnerable.
We don't realize that our boys are vulnerable too, because
very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. Advantage of boys, whether it's for sexual, financial, whatever kind of reasons they have. We just think our boys got it and our girls are vulnerable. But like when I was a young girl growing up, I was very much unvulnerable. I was
thank you. Very street smart. Very
better than most men out there. So I think we need to have a topic about who is more vulnerable. I mean,
Vulnerable.
but that's important. And then he also said, well, I will not read that one yet because it's for the other one. So I will leave this one, put it on the side, and then we can talk some more. Can we have Electra call in?
Why Electra? Oh, she wants to call in.
What was the number from the last time?
We
have the number from the last time. I just want to
number.
Same number. So put it in the chat for them. So if we have some people who want to call in, we would love to hear some parents talk about what they think about that. So while we put a number in and while you get ready to talk to us about what you feel, we're looking at the second question. And of course, the second question, I'm going to repeat it. Are mothers and fathers more lenient based on a child's gender? Do we have parents saying, oh, you know what? My son can bring girls home, but my daughters, she's not bringing any guys home? Absolutely not. Why is it that we give our sons more freedom? We allow them more leeway than we do our daughters. I would love to, if we have any parents out there who have both children, why do you think that this happened? Why do we give some kids more freedom than we do others?
I'm trying to get the number. Go ahead.
Engage, take over the conversation. And I'm going to.
So again, I think we were saying that the vulnerable, as some people think that girls or females are the weaker species, the more vulnerable species. I'm trying to think. I'm a boy mom. I'm trying to think about if I had a girl, would it be different? You know, I don't know if I had my daughter. I think maybe I would, Yolanda. If I had my one daughter, if I knew her boyfriend, are we talking about adults here? And I knew her boyfriend. I'm thinking, I don't know if I'd be so much different with my my girl. We have a comment. Oh, this is a long comment.
Read it to us.
That's from V Aquity. I think she's speaking about the first. Let's see. That's a combination of cultural, social influence, and personal preferences too. There are a lot of gender expectations, and parents believe boys and girls should act a particular way. I believe the same morals and principles we teach our girls, we must teach our boys. Did it go? Oh, V's giving a whole lecture. We need to invite V on the show. Okay. Where did it go? Okay. V is still, did she type something else? Or else?
You lost it?
Did you do something to the chat?
No, I didn't. I can read it.
Okay,
she said,
I can
allow my adult friend to invite his or her girlfriend to my house. No, you have a different one. You pin a different one. That's not V.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, this is V zone, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So she said that way. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Read.
So she said that way our boys can learn how to treat women, but also how the boys, should be treated. Okay. And Merlin says, we have comments coming in. I can allow my adult children to invite his or her girlfriend to my house because I always feel trustworthy towards my kids. That's a good thing. And I do believe it's how close you are to your kids. I trust nothing will happen. Especially being very close to your kids, you get 100% respect from them. And that's if I don't have a man living with. I may lean on my adult child and his girlfriend for companionship. That's also interesting, as long as I love her or him. And that's a different dynamic. And that is so true.
Well, I guess it really has to do with the kind of relationship you have.
Relationship, yes. Yeah. And V Aquate also says, again, parents usually give more leeway to boys because it's a societal norm. Okay, and then we have that.
I agree because I'm thinking about it as I was, had a minute to think, and I'm like, if I had my 19, 20-year-old girl and she had a boyfriend and I would have no problems the boy coming over. Then she goes, "Man, can he sleep?" And I'll be like, "Can he sleep?" I think I'm kind of like a.
So is it that you don't want to accept that she's having sex because she is?
No. I would just feel like, okay, if you're thinking about sleeping over, then you should go to the guy's house to sleep over.
But why? So do you want your daughter? Do you know this house that she's going to?
No, But listen to me. Again, I'm thinking about the values we were raised with. And again, traditionally, the girl goes to the boy's house. The boys don't go to the boy don't like when I grew up, we had a boyfriend. It was okay for you to go to the boy's house.
Right, because the parents is okay, because the parents think the boys. Yeah, because it's the same thing, because the boy parents are lenient, like, come, yeah, you can come. There's a boys. That's why it was easier for the boys to come. But I'm always thinking, where is my daughter going? On what bed? If there's penis, if they have cameras, who's a Marco in the house? Which ghetto my child? Like, hello?
See, did you just say if they have penis, you worried about bed bugs? Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
They come to your house. Like, where are you bringing my daughter? I need to see
that
this
is
house.
hilarious. No, well, I mean, I know I'd have a little double take, but I have to be fair and say, hey, if it's okay for my son, then it's okay for my daughter. I would like to think that I would be able to, be objective. And if I wasn't, I'm the kind of parent, if I do or say something, because of the way I raise my children, they're gonna say, oh, but man, you did this. And even when I say, I don't care, I will go, I will reflect on it later. So I'm the kind of parent who I'm not scared of reflecting.
But Yolanda, you're in a good position, because you have a bonus. You have a daughter. You have an adult daughter.
I do have a daughter.
Okay, so let's talk now.
She's grown. She's like 25.
Adult. We said adult children. That's the point. Adult children.
Yeah, adult children. There are different stages of adults. There's a difference between your 19-year-old adult son or daughter and your 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30-year-old son or daughter.
Yes.
I think it kind of like rings differently, because I will be more protective and question everything that my 18, 19-year-old adult child does.
Yes.
Whereas this version, I'll be like, okay, they kind of have like more leeway. So that is why it depends. Every situation might have to approach differently, because
based on the situation. Makes sense.
Okay, so before we move on, I put the number in the chat: 352-744-6360. You can call that number. You can text me. You can send a voice note if you want to. I will play it. But we are waiting to see if there are. Oh, somebody called and that was May 27th. Somebody called and I didn't see it. So you can go ahead, call the number if you have anything to see.
Right.
Okay, so where are we moving on to, T? We see that. Go ahead.
No, we're talking about the double standards. That's where we will at the moment. And we said double standards, not just for sleeping over, but general double standards, for example, like curfews, dating expectation, household responsibilities, just general double standard. Does that exist within parenting with boys and girls? What do you think?
So I'm thinking let's look at some of the reasons why parents may be against the boyfriend or the girlfriend sleeping over.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have your adult children. Now, if they don't ask for permission, you don't know that's happening. One morning you get up, you go in your kitchen. Oh, we have a call. I'm hoping this is a call. Let's see. This.
Remember how to do it? Remember? Do you have to press 1 or something?
I don't.
V told you last week you had to accept something and then get the call.
Hello? Hey, I did it. Hold on.
You look like somebody on a cable and wireless ad.
The parenting issue. Okay, all right, good. So let's put you on speaker. We have our first caller. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I was just thinking that, like everything else, evolution. With evolution, everything changed. The way we grew up and the way our children are growing up right now, it's two different experiences. So whereas when you're growing up, our parents was like, no, this is not happening, and no, this is not happening, it's not happening at my house because of their beliefs. Our beliefs have changed. And even though some of us, have some old-fashioned ways as to the way we, govern our house, we also have to think of the experiences that our children now are being exposed to, everything else. Just like in education, with food, with social relationships, with clothing, with music, there also has to be a balance. So now you have to look at the child, you have to look at what you believe, you have to look at what that you think. When you spoke about thinking about the child being caught by the authorities and the future being seen as a result of being branded a sex offender, as opposed to should I have let my child do that outside and get that chance, or should I have just let my child stay home and not get into that, predicament? So sometimes you have to look at the situation, look at how you feel, look at the relationships around you, look at the child's father, look at the child's aunt. Like, what is it that they believe? What is it that you're comfortable with before you can make a decision like that? And again, it depends on your household too. If you have maybe a small room, or if the room is closed, you also have to think of what might your children do in that room, like you might hear. Sometimes some of us might just really don't care about it at all. It's like, okay, you're an adult, and if you're in a room, the door is closed, and whatever that happens behind closed doors, happens behind closed doors. So the situation is whoever, the similar situation, what you believe, what your life is like, what your household is like, and then you take it from there. Because sometimes I look at my own child. To me, if Trey is in Texas, Trey comes to visit me, and you have a girlfriend in New York, or he comes with his girlfriend and he's not in a hotel, would I tell Trey, stay out? To me, there is room in my house, your room is still available, you can go in your room, but maybe I just might say, be cognizant of what you do, be very aware of what you do, how you do it, how you respect me and stuff like that. And maybe for a week or two, maybe you can hold whatever it is, but you don't have to drop it. You don't have to be like Yolanda. You can say, you know what, this weekend I'm taking off.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was very good, a very good share. And one of the things that came up that I liked a lot was the respect part.
Yes.
The respect. If I'm allowing you, and I'm saying allowing because I don't have to do it.
Right.
I'm allowing it. If I'm affording you that privilege, then you need to show me that you respect yourself, you respect my house, and of course, the person who is coming in my home too.
That is something.
To come. If I have rules enough, I have certain values,
exactly.
I come in because now I'm the woman of the house, I'm the man of the house, and because your son or daughter love me, you can't do anything about it. You have to show me that you're respecting my space.
Correct.
So I guess in a situation like that, once you have clear boundaries set, you keep the lines of communication open to your children. Listen, hey, this is how it's going to be. And if you can follow these rules, you can follow you can respect me, then let's roll. If not, get out. And that goes for anything, not just people.
Yes. Jerry Peter also had a comment. I'm going to read some of the comments because we do want the feedback from them. He said, having a boy coming to my house as he pleases is like me creating an environment for him. If my house is not conducive to have him, will he be able to create a proper environment for my daughter? So I guess he's trying to say that, he's created what he wants for his daughter, a good environment,
And then I think he's saying too that my house is not conducive for you to come to sleep over, but you like my daughter so much. How are you showing me that you're responsible enough and that you can take the responsibility of housing my daughter, housing yourself and my daughter, so we can find ourselves in a place where I'm not worried about her? If you cannot be man up enough yet to show me that you got my daughter and you can protect her on your own, why am I encouraging you coming here?
Okay. We also have another comment here from V again. I would be just as tough with my daughter if I had one. So she's a tough, she likes tough parenting. The way I am protective and territorial about my boys, my girl would not like me as a mom. But will appreciate me when she gets older. But again, I think if it is a stable relationship and over 21, sleeping over on condition, I will always encourage my children to get their own space apartment. I will support them in doing that. I don't know why she thinks her daughter would not like her. I guess she's one of the tough parents.
She's right. I hated both my parents growing up. And I'll tell you why. Because they didn't want us to have boyfriend. We couldn't have boyfriend come over. Listen, T. They were very strict.
Right.
They set really
boundaries.
Unmoving ground rules. Very rigid. We couldn't sleep it this way or that way. And I'm like, you're ruining my social life.
Yes. And they caused rebellion.
And I thought my age, and being described as all different, using all different words to describe them. One of the things I think I was like, thank God my parents were strict. Because who knows? I probably would have, well, I don't think I would, but what if I become a street rat? Because of the structure they gave me, because of the boundaries they set. I hated it growing up as a child, but I appreciate it as an adult. When I like to walk down the street and very people who can say, oh, look, that girl, That one? I think so. That,
Well,
like,
you are
I am almost
you are fortunate one, because up to last night I was at a friend's house. I had to go there because there's a situation with her mom, but she's a 40-year-old adult and her mom is 75 and her mom doesn't like her boyfriend. So it's a similar thing. And you're talking about a 40-year-old. And she was telling me that her parents were so strict growing up that she tried to rebel because she couldn't even have a boyfriend home. She always had to sneak out. She had to lie. She had to be sleeping at this one's house behind this one. She couldn't even come to them and speak to them about having boyfriends, or they didn't want to meet her boyfriend. And so she had to rebel. She became this hot thing.
I had to run away from home just for me to have a boyfriend.
Right, yeah.
Run away. But that's a story for another day, because now I have a new excitement. Hold on. I have a new excitement. There is another man in the chat, and I'm getting partial. I like the views.
Isn't it not Jaffa Jones?
Yeah, Jaffa Jones.
I was just about to read. Okay, did we have his showing? Are we showing it?
I'm showing it. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. I am a father of 4 boys. To me, why is it okay for my boys to have girlfriends?
2 girlfriends. Oh, you're reading wrong.
No. Okay. No, I don't think he means 2 girlfriends. I think he means, because he said, oh boy. Because he said,
stop. T, will you
stop? No.
T, let me read that comment. Jaffa doing sense. And I don't think my glasses is big enough.
Because he said, for my boys.
He said, I'm a father of 4 boys.
4 boys.
To me, why it's okay for my boys to have 2 girlfriends, but it's not okay for a girl to have 2 boyfriends. It's not okay for none of them. So he's saying it's okay for his boys to have 2. But there was something else Jaffa Jones says. Let me finish it.
Okay, I think that's lower down.
I find my boy should have 1 girlfriend, respect her, just like that. Okay, Jaffa is playing with me. Jaffa, stop playing with me. I'm very sure about having men participate in the chat, and you're playing with me. Come on, Jaffa. This sounds like something Kerry would do. I have to investigate if it's Kerry that's Jaffa doing.
My boy should have 1 girlfriend, respect her just like the girl should have 1 boyfriend and respect him too. So he's saying that he's agreeing that it should be 1. Both of them should have 1.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, great.
Yes.
So T.
Yes.
It's time for
another break.
Watch Radio is gonna be mad at me because we have to take a commercial break. We don't have time for commercial break. We have so much to talk about. Yes. But when we come back, we'll move on to all those parents who are saying, oh, you can have and you cannot have, or maybe it's okay, maybe it's not okay. All of those maybes come with the kind of parenting that we do. And we know we have 4 types: authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and uninvolved. So when we come back, we're going to look at what those 4 types are. And so think about which type you are, audience. When we come back, we can talk more. Okay? We're only going to have 1 commercial because we don't have too much time. All right? T, you agree?
Yeah, let's pay the bills.
Okay, all right.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub.
When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
Okay, we're back. We are back. We're going to go really fast during this segment. T, do you think you want to talk about what the different parenting styles are? Sometimes we'll confuse what's the difference between authoritarian and
okay, authoritarian parenting. These are the parents that have high control, limited flexibility, and you say I do and do because I say so. Listen, you're a child, you know your place. I say so, what I say goes. Do it. All right, don't ask me that. Vio, does that sound like you? Okay. Then you have Vio don't play with them. All right, then you have permissive parenting.
Wait. Can you talk about the authoritative? So because those are always confusing. So the authoritative
is structure and support, and communication and accountability. So that's it's different to authoritarian, authoritative. You give the structure and you provide the support. There's a lot of communication, of course, accountability. And then you have the permissive parenting, where there's a lot of freedom and few boundaries. And you have the uninvolved parenting with low engagement, minimal guidance. And I guess, as any person would say in the social sciences, you would have a mix or a hybrid of parenting. Okay, but these are the four main categories that we have.
So T, which one are you? I'm a little curious. Which kind of parent are you?
I would call myself authoritative.
Why?
I am not I say so, you do it. Although there are situations that call for that type of parenting. Secondly, I am a parent to boys, as I said. Mind you, I do not have any siblings, so I did not grow up with boys. So there are a lot of things that I cannot say I'm a professional at raising boys. So I allow my husband, who is male, to put in a lot of structure, and I provide a lot of support. So that's where the support comes in. I believe in a lot of open communication, and accountability is a big thing for me. So I identify. Somebody else may see me as something else. That does not mean that there are not times that I may have to tap into the other categories.
Right.
But I think, this would be me, authoritative.
I am with you. I think I'm very authoritative. I'm not an authoritarian. And from the time I was, one of the things I hate, maybe because I started teaching and I did all of those psychology and child growth and development, I really abhorred, well, I would not say abhor, but I'm not a proponent or a supporter of the authoritarian. I think that human beings naturally, if you explain to them why something matters, why it's important, then they buy into it. So if I tell my child, get away from that, stop doing that, and then they go, why? I don't look at it as a sign of challenge. I like it because it means you want to know. So I say, I'll tell you why, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Now, if after I've explained to you, you go ahead and do it anyway, then there are some consequences. But if I just tell you, don't do it, you ask why. Because I said so. Guess what? You don't understand why you shouldn't do it. And with our natural curiosities, you're going to go do it anyway. Is it your fault or is it my fault? It's my fault that I didn't tell you.
Right.
So I am an authoritative parent. I set boundaries. I put down rules. But I am very big on communication. And there are certain things I allow kids to do. I think some of the best learning experiences in life are through experience. So I might allow my kids to make mistakes, but I will stand there as a scaffold or as a protector. So when they fall, I'm not going to see you for and say, oh, you deserve it. I will still give you that support and guidance that you need. But I feel the negative experience, it will probably teach you a lesson and you will do better the next time. So as you said, I have find myself a little bit permissive. I have found myself a little bit authoritarian, but I'm mostly authoritative.
Right.
What I am not, though, is uninvolved.
Okay.
I like you, T. I have FOMO. I have fear of missing out. I need to know where my children was, what they were doing, why they said this, why they do this, who you like, who talking to you, what did you do, how much money you have, what you spend, where you...
Too much. You never business too much.
So I am very FOMO. So the uninvolved part, even if you pay me, I will feel. I don't know what's happening in my children's life.
Now, audience, this is not to say that if you are any of the others, that there's something wrong. Again, you have personalities, you have dynamics, you have different situations. Some parents may have to be
very important,
an authoritarian because of the type of child that they have. The authoritative doesn't work. You have a child who's difficult or is going for a certain challenge, and at that point, you do not need me to be anything else but authoritarian to say, hey, you are doing this, you are going to... You have a curfew. Don't ask me why. So again, it depends on the situation, the child, whatever the circumstance. So we're not saying that you're a bad parent if you are anyone. And again, most times you may move from one category to the other.
There is a comment in the chat you really love because you accuse somebody of being an authoritarian.
Oh my God! You see, I look for the trouble. Here it comes. Okay, she says I was authoritarian, but after done all this social work training and I have become authoritative. But the joke is my eldest son does not want to talk to me about his personal life now.
Because maybe the doors of communication closes like me before you tell me, I'm done. But don't worry, I think there is hope. There is hope.
Yes,
You are a great social worker.
Yes.
So there is hope for you to reopen those lines of communication.
And it could just be his personality, you know.
Yeah.
He sees me as, because he's not that kind of child, you know, adult. He's, you know, he's private. He sees it as me being inquisitive, but I provide the guidance and advice either way. But you know, that's a parent, you know, if you're always quarreling, eh?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Based on what she says there, I'm going to tell you something. Even when the kids get crazy and they feel like, oh, you're in their business and you're going to tell them everything, as they're getting older, then they know they can't trust you, they kind of want to tell you stuff. They're like, yo,
of course,
this is what happened to me. And I'm based on my experience. He goes, ma.
Yeah. But he's an introvert. He's an introvert.
And he wants to talk to me. And I pause it because I want him to know. I want to know what's going on in your life. I want to keep those lines open.
Right.
If I realize there's a time when the communication has stopped, I know right away something is wrong because that's not my child, because we talk a lot.
Yeah, well, your child is like you because you look at, you have two different sons. You have
two different sons.
Yes, one you have to drag it out. Yes. I think V's son is like, and she does say it's his personality.
It's his personality. I just saw that.
But Dewey, on the other hand, will give you detail, and I'll be like, Elsa, and he's giving you every intricate detail. I'm like, Ishmama.
Jaffa Jones is talking to you, T.
Okay.
Jaffa Jones
yes, I just put it on the screen. The reason I said this, I guess he's responding to you because you were like, I said that is because some parents believe when it comes to boys, they can have 4 girlfriends. But when it comes to the girl, oh no, she's supposed to have 1, which I agree. But it's supposed to be, I guess it's not supposed to be a double standard. I got a friend when to that.
He's biased. Yeah. It's true. Yeah. I totally understand. But you know, one of the fears I had, parents used to say, oh, I don't care. It's boys I have. But one of the things I always reminded myself, because a lot of times parents say, I don't have girls, I don't care about people getting pregnant. But I want to remind boys' parents like myself, girls get pregnant by boys, by the boys we have. So if we just let our boys go happy, go lucky, they're going to get other girls' children pregnant. And these are going to be our grandchildren and their children out there who are being neglected. And we want to make sure we don't set any negative standards for our children where they kind of grow up to be strong, contributing members of society.
Yeah, boys have their own. I think boys have their own challenges too. Not just the pregnancy, but you know, it can affect their morale, their self-esteem. You have girls who say, "Oh, he can't perform and that can't perform." And these things follow. Boys have their own set of challenges that even we as females may not even be aware of. Jerry says something quickly. Let's just read Jerry. Oh, the time is on us. We have like about 2 minutes. Jerry says the double standard comes when you find yourself in the situation.
It is true. A lot of times we talk like, you know what, we're not going to do this or we're going to do this. I want to situation we're like, what? Because now reality is. So it's absolutely right. I do want to share the last comment I said that the guy sent to me. He said, answer to the third question.
Okay.
Yes, different parenting styles are affecting how we raise our kids collectively in society. He said, because you can teach your child one thing at home, and the child will go to school around kids whose parents are teaching them nothing but ignorance, which in turn can cause a child to be influenced by something other than what they were taught at home. And then he gives the example of the Jewish community. He said the same way they raise their child at home, they raise them with those same principles throughout the community.
Right.
So therefore, each child is comparable no matter where they go within the Jewish community. And he said, you'd love to be a guest on our next show.
Okay, so we need to continue this. We need to continue this conversation.
Our next show is going to be very father heavy. A lot of times we're talking about men or we just leave them out completely. But we have some amazing fathers out there who are doing great things and who are raising great children.
Right.
So when we come back to our HushTalk table next Wednesday, we want to talk about the great things that men are doing to raise our children in the right way. We want to give love to those men who are out there doing the great thing. So if you have a story to share about your father, about a father, about your husband who is a great father, about your stepfather, about any man who is not, it doesn't have to just be a father, but we're focusing on parenting, but any man who is a good, strong role model in our society, we want to hear about that man.
Exception, we're not putting baby in this. Baby's not going to be part of this.
Baby's the best man I know.
Because he's going to take the whole show. You're going to take the whole show.
Maybe I'm going to have a show just for baby. When Marguerite comes hand in hand, my father was like, best father ever. And baby's right up on his ears.
Yolanda, it is our hour is
Our hour is up, guys. As we wrap up, we want to just tell you that today's conversation was to remind us that parenting isn't about perfection. We're all gonna make mistakes. We have our different styles, so it's not about perfection. It's about growth. Every generation of parents did some things right and some things wrong. So now it's our responsibility to learn, to adapt, and to improve. So whether you're deciding about letting your children have sleepovers, or how you're going to parent different genders, or whether you're going to change your parenting style, whatever it is that you've heard from us today and from the audience, I want you to just remember our goal to have this conversation is about raising healthy, responsible, compassionate adults, and you yourself being open to growth and change as a parent. Any last words to our audience, T?
No, I think you wrapped it up in a perfect closing message. I couldn't have said it better.
Okay, so beautifully said. Once again, HushTalkers, we thank you for your time. We thank you for your participation. We thank you for those likes. They grew.
Yes, they grew. Bring a friend next week. Bring a friend next week.
And if you can bring a male friend, it will be absolutely awesome, because we really want to big up those men in our lives who have made us into beautiful parents. And I know I'm a great parent, and I credit it to my parents. My father was epic. So I want to honor those men who are out there doing the right thing. So stay until next Wednesday. Stay well, stay blessed, stay with a growth mindset, and we are going to come back and talk about those topics out loud.
Very loud.
Yes.
All right. This has been HushTalk, guys. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Get pain. Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub.
When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. For proper circulation, rub it. Stroke have you on a side, rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.